There's a quiet language that speaks through your joints, an old code that links your deepest feelings with every move, with every little creak, with that pain that shows up for no reason. Today, on the Somatic Decoder, we're going to figure out this mysterious body language together. Why does that shoulder hurt exactly when you're carrying responsibilities that aren't yours? How is it possible that your knees ache right when you feel like life is forcing you to kneel? The answer lies in a close conversation between your brain, your feelings, and every part of you. Get ready for a journey where biology meets psychology, where animals teach us lessons about health, and where you'll discover that persistent pain is actually a message of love from your own body. To understand our bodies, we first need to look at nature. There, joints are tools for survival, but also open books that record every emotional conflict. When an elephant loses its place in the herd, their back joints start to get stiff. I no longer need to lead the way. There's less movement to save energy. Studies in African reserves show 70% more arthritis in elephants that have been moved. Low-ranking wolves get stiff hips. I give in to avoid fights. We also see this in people who stay in jobs that make them feel stuck. In 6 months of captivity, they lose 40% of their wing movement. If I can't be free, it's better not to fly. We are no different. When an employee endures years of humiliation, their shoulders slump. When an overprotective mother doesn't let go of her children, her fingers go numb. These are perfect biological patterns, but misunderstood. Every joint is a super accurate emotional monitor. Let's figure out this hidden map, starting with the most telling spots. Sometimes we refuse to give in, thinking, for example, I don't want to bow down to this situation. Carlos, at 52, developed severe arthritis after 20 years in an unhappy marriage. The synovial fluid in the knees contains neurotransmitters related to stress, and, as the saying goes, if I don't bend, I break. There's an unacknowledged overdemand, that constant feeling that everything depends on me. Anna, a nurse, ended up developing adhesive capsulitis, a shoulder condition, after caring for her father with Alzheimer's. In these cases, the right parietal lobe is activated and little by little, a progressive freezing occurs. In the spine, the neck bones often show problems with life's direction, while the upper back carries guilt and family duties. The lower back, on the other hand, is affected by fears about money and survival. Let's talk a bit about what our fingers represent. The thumb is often linked to being hard on yourself, that inner drive to always want to do everything perfectly. The index finger, on the other hand, often shows repressed anger, those feelings we prefer to keep inside instead of expressing. And the pinky finger has to do with not being true to yourself, with not showing who we really are. Now, how does an emotion end up turning into physical pain? For example, imagine being embarrassed at work. This creates an emotional impact that activates a specific area in the brain, the supplementary motor area. Then, a chemical signal is sent to the joint, like the release of cytokines. Finally, all of this can trigger a change at the tissue level, like programmed cartilage degeneration. It's a pretty complex process. Here's a practical tool, having a chat with your painful joint. Ask yourself, what current situation makes me feel as stiff as this joint? And also, what do I need to bend to that I'm resisting? These questions can open up a space for self-discovery and, over time, help you reconnect with your body. Now we're going to talk about acupuncture, focusing on the main points for emotional joint release. A mix of gold and silver needles is used to make the effect stronger. Also, there's neural therapy. Neural therapy uses tiny shots of procaine in nerve clusters and key spots to reset the joint pain's cell memory. By changing the signals in the nervous system, it helps unlock patterns of long-lasting swelling and bring back the natural balance of the joints. It's especially helpful for ongoing stiffness or pain from unresolved emotional issues. Homeopathy gives us a special way to help with joint problems. It works with your body's natural healing powers. Medicines like Rheustox for stiffness that gets better when you move, or Bryonia, sharp pain that gets worse when you move, act like messengers in your body. They help your body heal itself. It doesn't just stop the symptoms, it also helps with the hidden feelings that might be causing the problem, like how stiff thinking can show up as arthritis, or not wanting to change can show up as tendinitis. Ozone therapy is a natural treatment that uses medical ozone to calm down swelling and help joints heal. It's given through shots into the joint or by treating your own blood. It helps your tissues get more oxygen, boosts blood flow, and kickstarts your body's natural healing. It's really good for conditions like osteoarthritis, arthritis, and wear and tear injuries. It helps lessen pain and get you moving again, all without messing with your body's own way of healing. Today you found out that your joints are more than just simple biological hinges. They keep your unexpressed feelings safe, they show how real you are, and they show your inner struggles. At the Somatic Decoder, we know that true healing starts when we stop fighting the pain and begin to listen to what it's telling us. Because every creak, every stiffness, every inflammation is actually a loving call from your body asking you to live in sync. If this journey spoke to you, share this video with someone who needs to heal. Subscribe to keep exploring the mysteries of the human body, and remember, life isn't meant to be endured. It's meant to be lived to the fullest, in motion, in freedom. See you soon at the Somatic Decoder.